How do you build a modern school on a foundation of ancient tradition? It's a huge question, right? Well, today we're going to dive into the profile of Sarmad, an educator whose career gives us a really fascinating answer by blending two, totally distinct worlds of knowledge. And the first thing you need to know is this number, 7 plus. That's more than 7 years of direct, hands-on experience in education. We're not talking about theory here. This is 7 years in the classroom, actually shaping how students learn, day in and day out. And this quote, this really gets to the heart of it all. He's all about bringing strong expertise in Islamic education alongside modern pedagogy. See, it's not about choosing one or the other. It's about bringing them together. That idea of integration, that's the key to understanding his whole career. So, okay, how does he actually pull that off? Well, it all starts with what we can really only call dual expertise. And this is a super powerful and honestly pretty rare blend of skills that's basically the bedrock of his entire career. So let's break that down. You can think of it like two massive pillars holding everything up. On one side, you've got all the tools of the modern world, a background in computer science and education. Then on the other side, you have this deep, deep scholarship in Islamic and Arabic sciences. And look, it's not just about having both. The real magic is connecting them, right? It's about using modern teaching tools to bring timeless traditions to life. And that's what makes his approach so unique. And to really get a feel for that second pillar, you've got to understand this qualification, the Shahadat ul Alamiya. I mean, this is not just some certificate you pick up over a weekend. It's a seriously rigorous, advanced degree. Think of it like a master's degree in terms of depth. It means he has true scholarly expertise in Islamic and Arabic sciences. Okay, so you have this incredibly unique foundation. Where do you go from there? How do you build a career on that? Well, as we're about to see, this wasn't just some random path. It was a really steady, deliberate climb straight to a leadership role. And you can see that his career path shows a real respect for the craft of teaching. He didn't just jump into a big role. He started as a tutor, working one-on-one with students. Then he moved into the classroom. And only after he really mastered those roles did he step up to become a principal. So this isn't just about climbing a ladder. It's about building your expertise from the ground up. And being a principal, wow, it was way more than just having an academic vision. He was basically running the whole machine. I'm talking about managing the critical data systems, the EMIS, making sure everything was compliant with the Regional Education Foundation, and dealing with all the authorities. This is where the big ideas meet the real, nitty-gritty, practical stuff. But the most effective leaders, they don't just run their own school well. They find ways to lift up the entire system. And this is where Sarmad's impact really starts to multiply, when he takes on the role of training the next generation of educators. And it's a big deal. He's an official trainer for the Mohammadi group of schools. This isn't some side gig. It's a formal position of trust. It means he's responsible for the quality of teaching across a whole network of schools. That's huge. And his training strategy is pretty comprehensive. It basically covers the entire life cycle of a teacher. First, he handles the initial orientation to get them started. Then he upskills them with workshops on modern methods. And what's really crucial, he offers ongoing mentorship. It's a whole system, designed for constant improvement. So what are the actual skills that let him do all this, be a principal and a trainer? This is where we get down to the brass tacks, the practical tools that make all his work possible. Think of this as his administrator's toolkit. And just look at the range here. You've got the high-level stuff, like policy and team building. But then you've also got the essential, on-the-ground technical work, like handling data in the EMIS and knowing his way around MS Office. He's working at the 30,000-foot level and right down in the trenches. A key sign of any really great leader is that they never, ever stop learning. He's not just out there training other people, he's actively getting training for himself from really respected places like the Sind Education Foundation and the IBA. He's always keeping his own skills sharp. And his work doesn't just stop at the school gate. Not at all. This fieldwork in the Thar district is really telling. It shows that for him, education is part of a much bigger mission of lifting up the entire community. He's connecting learning directly to things like health and welfare. It just goes to show he's a leader who really sees the whole picture of what helps a community thrive. So where does this all leave us? What does it all add up to? Sarmad's career is so much more than just a resume, right? It's a really powerful case study. And it makes you ask a pretty critical question about the future of education. Is this kind of integrated model, the one that builds a bridge between modern teaching methods and deep cultural roots, is that the key? Is that how we create more effective, more well rounded learning systems? Maybe the biggest takeaway here is that we don't have to choose between the modern and the traditional. Maybe we can build something way stronger by combining the very best of both worlds.